Anyone watching this video knows how big of an NBA fan I am. Over the past month, it's been real exciting for me. Games coming on at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, all the way till midnight. It's been a great time as an NBA fan watching all these players and teams go at it in the bubble and playoffs. I can't express enough how good an good a job they've done at putting this together through the coronavirus situation. But the decision to boycott the games by the Milwaukee Bucks and Houston, OKC now has as well, and which is looking like a bunch of every other team in the league. I don't know how long it's going to continue. They're going to boycott as well, and I agree with it. I think that a lot of people, even people that are NBA fans and with the movement, don't understand why players might be doing this, and I hear where they're trying to come from, or what they're trying to look at. What one thing can an NBA player do? What one thing can this boycott do? What is missing these games, tomorrow's games, this week's games? What is it going to do for racial equality and justice across this country? My thing with that is that there isn't one thing. There have been so many things that have been done. There have been so many times that people have tried to do things, and it's always met with resistance. It's always, what's this going to do? Well, I don't agree with this. Why don't you do it that way? There is no right way to do it, and there is no one way it's going to fix everything. But I'm telling you this right here, what the athletes have been doing is a step in the right direction, and really is using their power in a way that we've always needed to do. And that's not just athletes. It really a lot of different people, black people in this country, need to come together and use their power in certain industries, but especially the athletes. I mean, they have a lot more pull than they even recognize. I think we've seen some of the college athletes realize that during this moment, and NBA as well. They never wanted to distract from this the movement when the NBA season got back together, and I think that this moment here, I think, with what happened in Wisconsin was just another wake-up call. I think they could see, even myself, I felt it. It's definitely been a distraction. Now the media is picked back up. Every game, the media now has something to talk about. This is just the sports side of it, right? But again, these athletes have so much power and control. The sports industry makes millions of dollars a year in this country, and the black athlete is so big a part of that. It's such a huge part of that, and maybe we would feel differently about this if the owners and all the people that were on top of the broadcasting companies and all the people that were getting paid at the highest of levels were black, or just more diverse ownership and groups like that. So I think that's where this is coming from. Again, this boycott here is not going to shift everything right away with police brutality, or with diversity and ownership and coaching and things like that in sports. It's not going to do that, but it is drawing attention to it. It is going to force the hand in some way or another, where things are going to start chipping away. Again, I don't have all the answers. I'm not claiming to, but I do agree with this decision. I think I'm very proud of these athletes. That's all I can say. From someone that, I don't know, this has been something that I've been seeing since I was a lot younger than a lot of people. I remember even in high school being able to see things like look at the NCAA sideways, and as I've gotten over even in the professional leagues, in terms of things just aren't right, and you see how our athletes should have more power and more diverse ownership, coaching, just different opportunities even within sports that are still held for just a certain demographic. So again, I didn't want to get emotional at all. I just kind of wanted to tell you guys how I felt about this. I know some of you are going to disagree, and that's fine. Again, this is not, it's not something that's walking down the path that you're supposed to. So I see how people are like, hey, like, what are you doing? You're supposed to go that way. You're going this way. Like, I get that. But I also just think that we're going to look at it like Kaepernick. If the players do hold this boycott through for a long period of time, we may look back and be like, man, that was a very powerful moment. And you don't even see it now. Remember when Kaepernick did his thing? Everybody was like, what is that going to do? You're not going to change anything. What is one man kneeling ever going to do? But look at all that Kaepernick has done. Look at all the ramifications of that kneel and that decision have done. So again, I like this move, even if it ends the NBA season, which I'll be disappointed about. I'm a huge NBA fan. You guys see me talking about it, geeking about it all the time. Like, this is my stuff. But I'm black in this country first, and I've lived my life, and I believe I have a great racial perspective. And this is something that fight that every one of those players has been fighting in some kind of way. And I agree. So that's just my stance on it. I don't know what's all going to come of it, but again, I'm very proud of these athletes, and I hope that you guys that don't agree can open up your hearts and minds and see. Maybe it won't be now. Maybe it's just too fresh, but can look down the line like, you know what, that was the right move. They did use their power in the right way, and I do believe, again, that there will be some change in this, some way or another. Just like it's not going to change everything, but some things will start to be made. If not anything, just getting these players back, and be able to use their power in other ways, or just take the focus off of the games and onto some of the other things that are going on. There's a lot of crazy things going on in this country. Anyway, I'm getting talking about a little bit too much, but I just wanted to say what I thought about the boycott, and I appreciate you guys watching.